How's it going, guys? Welcome back. Today we have another NHL 20 ratings predictions video. Today's our top 10 goalies. Speaking of NHL 20 though, I will bring it up real quick. If you have not already done so and you would like so, we're doing an NHL 20 giveaway. All you can do is do some follow and, the fun stuff. Push a couple buttons and get your entries in there. I'll put the link in the description down below. We're going to be drawing around the beginning of September. Anyway, continuing on, we're doing our top 10 ratings predictions for goalies this week, and starting off throughout the honorable mention, starting out with good old Binnington. I know people are going to have a lot of questions about Binnington. Outstanding season, outstanding postseason, but I'll bring them up. Matt Murray, Andrew Hammond. Don't forget about the stellar half a season, 3/4 of the season those guys had when they first came into the league, and EA still did not grant them with a higher overall. Typically, especially for goalies, you have to have a deeper resume. You got to play 2-3, and even for some guys, 4 really good seasons before EA starts rewarding you with those higher overalls. Binnington, bright future, but he's going to be a low overall going in NHL 20. Same can be said about guys like Carter Hart. There'll probably be questions about him. Robin Lehner. Lehner's going to have to do more than just one really good season, and again, he split time. That's going to kill him. John Gibson was punished for that for so many years, splitting time with Freddie Anderson, and it took him a couple years after he quit splitting time to get the respect. So keep that in mind with Lehner. And then Fleury. I had Fleury on this list. I actually did, but then I realized I had 11 players on a top 10 list, which apparently is not 10 players. So we had to go ahead and cut Fleury, but he is still going to be on 88 overall next year. Not a big deal. He could find himself on this list. An 88. We got a lot of 88s. Jonathan Quick, he's kind of in the same boat as Marc-Andre Fleury. He's a great goalie. Yeah, he's got him in the 87 right now. I think they ain't going to keep him downgraded that low. They'll put him back at that 88 because he has had a very good career. One bad season's not going to completely kill it overall, but when it is an 87 that low, I don't really expect a huge bump. Maybe the 88. Again, 88, just not quite making a list. Starting off with number 10, Ben Bishop. Now, Bishop's been one of the more underappreciated goalies in the league over the past few years, I feel like. Well, I mean, not in Hut, but, everywhere else. He had the one rough season in 17-18 where he got traded, but besides that, he's been solid. Again, this year, a Vezina finalist with a league-leading .934 save percentage, 1.98 goals against average. The only thing that could be cloud cover for this guy may be that he only played 46 games this year, but that was still only a handful less than the Vezina winner himself, so it should hold a little credibility, I guess. Bishop with the 88. Number 9 is DEVAN DUBNYK. DUBNYK, another solid year, 31 wins, .913 save, and a 2.54 goals against average. DUBNYK's been clinging to that 88-89 overall range for a few years now, and nothing here makes me believe that's changing. DUBNYK with the 89. Number 8 is Frederik Andersen. Good old Freddie Andersen, the unsung hero of those Leafs, constantly seeing about 2,000 shots plus every single year. He was second in the league in said category, even with a handful less games played than his peers, still managing to hunker down that .917 save and what I believe will be an 89 overall type of season. Number 7 is Pekka Rinne. The strange thing about the Vezina, the award given to the best goaltender in the league is, it's almost like it doesn't hold credibility to EA. It's almost like, oh, you won the Vezina, now prove that you're a good goalie next year, and then we'll give you an upgrade. Because year in and year out, we see the Vezina winner with a very surprisingly low overall the following year, but when they have a good year following it, they tend to get the upgrade. Pekka Rinne falls well under that boat this year, I believe, after putting up another good season. Still, it's hard to look past that 88 he got at the beginning of this year, but I gotta say it. Vezina, Rinne, last year, not this year, obviously. He's got to see that 89 overall this year, I think. Coming in at number 6 is John Gibson. Gibson's a stud. He's been nothing short of phenomenal over the last few years, but being a younger goalie, it's been quite the slow grind to the top for Gibby. An 88 overall to start NHL 19, but he's been upgraded to a 90 overall by EA during the year, and I think there's finally hope that he gets that nice upgrade. I'm still not ready to pull the trigger on the 90 yet, albeit I think he's a 90 overall goalie type of player. He's going to see another 89 overall. John Gibson, number 6. Number 5 is BRADEN HOLTBY. HOLTBY has had 2 straight head-scratcher years, dropping that .908 last season, that .913 save this season, tagged along with a 2.88 goals against average. That all being said, EA refuses to downgrade him in any roster updates or year over the past 2 years, so he currently is a 91. But I think he has to see a slight downgrade this year to that 90. Number 4 is ANDREI VASILEVSKIY. VASILEVSKIY was our Vezina winner this year, to many surprise considering what Lehner and Bishop did for their not anywhere remotely close to stacked teams as Tampa Bay's was this year, but nonetheless, Vasilevskiy has proven to be a great goalie, and I get the feeling he's gonna be this generation's version of the Corey Crawford, where we hear a lot of he gets carried by his team, quote unquote. Personally, I don't think that's the case. I think he's a great goalie. Louis Domingue went 21-5. 21-5. I almost misspoke. I thought it was so impressive. Domingue, 21-5, backup goalie for the Lightning this year, and he had a .908 save percentage and a .288 goals against average. Now that is what I would call carried, but it'll be interesting to see how EA interprets this one, being that Vazzy is still quite young, and remembering those 90 overalls Crawford was given year after year, and remembering that Bobrovsky won 2 Vezinas, and EA still didn't give him a 90+ overall, and Pekka getting an 80 for NHL 19, it puts us in a tricky predicament here, but I'm gonna say Vazzy gets the 90, and if he repeats this next year, maybe then we'll see that 91 come into play. Number 3 is TUUKKA RASK. It's hard to not look past the stone wall that was TUUKKA throughout playoffs, but you have to remember, because it was playoffs, we can't base overalls from playoff performances, but for TUUKKA, a very TUUKKA-esque season. A .912 save, 246 goals against average, and as average as that may sound, he is one of, if not maybe the only goalie on this list over the past decade to have played that entire decade and yet to fall below a .912 save percentage in any of those seasons. That's as consistent gets right there, and with EA greeting him with a 90 overall last year, I think that stays the same this year for NHL 20, 90 for TUUKKA RASK. Number 2 is old friend, gotta say old now, Sergei Bobrovsky. Bob started the season off slow, but he did end the season in tip-top Bob form, finishing the season with a .913 save, 2.58 goals against average. Definitely some guys on a list with better numbers this season, but not over the course of the last few years. And more importantly, Bob was ranked number 2 last year, and those are not downgrade worthy numbers, as you'll learn more about with our top ranked goalie. Bob though, 91 overall. Number 1 on the list is Carey Price. I don't think there was any bigger surprise in EA's ratings last year than Price being given the best goalie rating in the game coming off of that abysmal season. But 2018-2019, it was different. He bounced back, dropped to 249 goals against average, .918 save, and to little surprise was a big part of making Montreal a playoff contender this year. Being that he did bounce back and he was already the top rated goalie, I see very little chance EA downgrades him from that top spot at a 92 overall. Those are our top 10 goalie rating predictions for NHL 20. Do you agree, you disagree? Would love to hear your thoughts down below. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.